Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
What are the private schools around here? And you were like, Southern Prep is basically the one for this area. And it's awesome that they're really rebranding and making a huge difference. And it's beautiful here. They've been doing physical changes, everything.
Yeah, it is. And you know, from all of the administration that we've talked about, they're really just getting started. You know, the rebrand was the main part. To go to Southern Prep and then to change, you know, from a military academy to a true private school that has females and males, and you don't have to live. You can live on campus if you want to. They have housing, but if not, you don't have to live here. So it just gives everybody a lot of options, and you know that's what this world's about now. There's options.
Yeah, and you know they've got a lot of summer programs coming up this summer. They've got day camps for rising 3rd through 8th graders. Wow, they have it's a STEM camp, and then they have a Nature's Wonders camp. So a lot of different options there too. They've got boarding camps for 9th through 12th graders. And then they also have academic mini-mesters, which they offer honor courses and ACT prep for 9th through 12th graders. And that goes ahead and gets you ahead on a lot of things.
Yep.
Only June 1st from July 17th. And then they have an open house on March 28th tomorrow at 10 a.m. on campus. And so it's going to be really, really awesome.
Yeah, it's a good chance for you to come out. It should be pretty weather. I mean, this weekend looks like it's shaping up to be really, really good. So come on out and check them out. We appreciate Southern Prep. We'll talk more about them as we move along. Obviously, great partners all the way around. We've got that we'll talk about throughout the show. One thing we didn't get to this morning, we'll start with basketball, actually. We're so football laden this morning with our recap of spring practice and some of the things that stood out to us with this football team. We'll come to that. We definitely want to get back to that. There's some things that we want to talk about. But Auburn hires a GM for basketball, Faith.
Yeah. Brian Cloman from Louisville is going to be the new general manager. We talked about how important it is to have a GM in today's world of college athletics because of how the NIL and transfer portal, all that kind of stuff works, and they play a really big role. And the one that Bruce had on his staff as GM before he left, Coach Stephen Pearl decided to move him up into an assistant position.
It's really been vacant. This position's been vacant this year.
Yeah, so and that was Mac Gattens.
Yeah, I think it's Mac Gatens. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's going to be different to see in this off season how recruiting, transfers
in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I mean, literally in 2 weeks, the portal opens and. Kind of, you know, who is Brian Cloman? Why was he a guy that Auburn targeted? Very entrenched with Louisville. Been there, helped rebuild, you know, their roster that turned around immediately and won 27 games. But he worked really closely at multiple places with Coach Kelsey. When he was in other places, but bottom line is he's shown results, and you know he was credited for rebuilding Louisville's roster, and this is what we all have been talking about with Stephen Pearl, not this season. this was not the barometer he should be really, I hate to use the word judged, but that's what everybody does in this world, judged by. It's what he does in the all season with who stays on this roster and who they're able to go out and get. And so, like you said, this was a massive position for everybody. We'll talk about something I sent you earlier from a guy at Kentucky. Like, what did he, $100,000 a point this year?
Yeah, because he was bought for $2 million and he had scored 20 points the whole season.
Yeah, so it's so important that the budget, which everybody's got a budget, some have larger budgets than others, but you've got to be really spot on. You can't make a lot of mistakes, especially in basketball, because it's not like football where, you know, you got 105 on a roster and you miss on a couple of guys. Now, if you miss on a couple of key guys or a quarterback, it can be very damaging. But if you miss on a D lineman, well, it's not totally the end of the world. You miss on a cornerback, it's not totally the end of the world. You miss on 2 or 3 guys on a basketball roster that you were paying good money to, that you thought were going to contribute, you're screwed. I don't know how else to say it.
Look at this Auburn roster.
Exactly.
I mean, unfortunately, you had Emeka Corum who went down with a health injury, and then Cade Magwood, who was out for majority of the season for disciplinary issues. And think about how bad that affected Auburn's roster. And you have guys playing 40 minutes every night, which is crazy. So not only is it important that he's here for the actual recruiting process of it all, but also how are these guys going to work together, and how are they, like, if you're planning on forming an offense or forming a team around a specific player, what elements do these other guys add to somebody? Or if you're going to get a whole new team, which could happen, how are they going to play together? I think that's a really big part of his job, is trying to figure out the best use of the money to get guys, but also their skills and how they're going to work together, so that you're not losing money from taking away opportunity from somebody else, from their strengths or their weaknesses.
You can see the damage that was done to this roster this year because you didn't have depth. And, you know, and I hate to say it, but when you have a limited roster depth-wise and you do have some disciplinary issues, you don't really get the chance to probably do the things you need to do. Whereas if you had 10, 11, 12 guys that you felt comfortable that you could rotate in, you kind of are handcuffed, man. And look, even in a good roster 2 years ago, I thought Auburn did a really good job of putting pieces together to make that run to the Final Four. But there was one more key piece they missed on, and that was Pegues. Mm-hmm. And Auburn went out, and everybody wanted him. And look, I think for when his time at Furman, he was a hot guy in the portal. But he got to Auburn, and for whatever reason, he never clicked. And Auburn was probably one more piece away from maybe winning a national title, because they were leading in the second half against Florida, and they needed to have a little bit more depth at the guard position, and they didn't have it. And he really was relegated to the bench after the Duke game early in the season when, and I hate to say this and blame it on one guy, but the 4 or 5 minutes he was in there in that game against Duke really kind of cost Auburn that game. And I think that was kind of something that opened Bruce's eyes and said he tried every once in a while to put him back in throughout the season, and it just didn't work. But even that can be the difference. One guy can be the difference in whether you, hey, look, nobody's complaining about going to the Final Four, but the difference is you just going to the Final Four or you winning a national title.
Yeah, and it is hard because of everyone transferring and coming from different schools and not being able to complement each other, especially with this team. We saw that a lot. And I just think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the offseason. I think this position needed to be filled immediately,
right?
Because of it being 2 weeks away. I actually can't believe that when you just said that.
I think it's April 7th, if I'm right. I think the portal opens April 7th, and that's immediately after the national championship game. So it gives people not much time. And so Auburn's got hopefully a couple more basketball games left in the NIT, and we'll talk some more about that. But just some more on Brian Cloman. He spent 11 years with Pat Kelsey, and whether he was at Winthrop or College of Charleston or, here at Louisville, he was promoted to that executive director of player personnel. And again, we've seen in other sports how important this position is. Now, again, they're paid to go out and evaluate, see who fits not only a style of play, but who fits that culture and what the needs are and what the budget is. And they're supposed to report that to the coach. And that doesn't necessarily mean the coach always is going to agree with the GM on his decision. That's something they have to figure out and work out, because we know of a prime example that we can actually dive into a little bit later on the football side, where there was a head coach and a GM that didn't see eye to eye on a guy, and they ended up going with the guy the head coach picked, and it went, and then the guy the GM wanted probably would have made a difference in the team. I'm just saying.
Do you think this basketball team has, or maybe Stephen Pearl has, found the identity of what the culture is for Auburn basketball?
I think
like when you just were talking about going out and finding somebody that fits the identity of the program.
I think the culture of Auburn's basketball program under Stephen Pearl will be told in this coming up year.
Okay. So, but how? Okay.
Yep.
How is he going to go out and find somebody if he's so new?
Well, he knows what he knows, like any coach, what he wants. It's a wish list. Like your Christmas list looks different than my Christmas list, I hope. I'm not getting a bunch of makeup and hair products and stuff. Maybe I need some. Like some of you out there, like, yeah, you do need some of that stuff, and I understand that. But for hypothetical purposes, your Christmas list looks different than my you ain't going to get a bunch of fishing stuff.
No.
You know what I mean? So,
I don't think so.
So my style doesn't mean your way's wrong. It doesn't mean my way's wrong. But I have what I think I want, and you have what you think you want. And the head coach has got to relay that to the GM, and they got to say, I got to have some perimeter defense guys. I got to have some big men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's the style of offense I like to play.
Guard that we want.
Correct. Yeah. Here's the things that I need. And so he goes to work on that, and then he brings this stuff back. And then they collaborate, and they go, okay, yeah, I like this kid. I don't really like this kid. Yes, no. And then that's how you build the roster. I think the culture of this program, I think he was handcuffed this year with a timetable, with the way people can say what they want to, the way he left, and this not being a roster he fully recruited. He helped recruit it, but it's not his roster. He's about to have his roster. He's about to have his coaching staff, whoever stays or leaves or whatever. That to me is going to be a better assessment of his culture and what Auburn basketball will be under Stephen Pearl. So,
absolutely.
Okay, so yes, I do need hair product. All right, we're up against our first break here on the show. We are live on location at Southern Prep Academy here in Tallapoosa County. A lot more to talk about with them as we move forward, but stay tuned. More to come here on Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Everyone to the Auburn Blitz. 45 minutes left on our show today. We are live on location at Southern Prep Academy. We're in the gym. Yeah, we're by ourselves. There's not a crowd. This isn't game day, but hey, and we see a lot of our sponsors back here that are sponsors of Southern Prep. So they've got great taste. And hey, look, we appreciate their partnership here, and really, really, love to see what they're doing with this. This school here, and private schools are very important. They give people options, and Faith will talk a little bit more about them as we move forward into the program. And for all you 90s kids out there, every time I hear that, I want to sing the Saved by the Bell song. I know you don't know what that is, so but you would like Saved by the Bell. I think you would love the show. Don't y'all think she would love Saved by the Bell? I still watch Saved by the Bell. I mean, I'm not afraid to say it.
Is it on TV?
Yeah, it's on TV, and then it's you have all these on-demand things now with Roku and all.
Oh yeah.
And so now it plays 24/7 on like one. It's got its own channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
That's cool.
I have to send
They
it to
need
you.
to have friends for that.
I'm sure they probably do somewhere. Yep, Friends right up there at the top too. So, all right, Small Time said excited about Dallas Walker and Chris Murray getting another massive. I think
Dallas Walker looked really good yesterday.
he did. I guess we'll just segue right on into football from that. We'll talk baseball a little bit later as we have a big series with that team across the way in their place. So Alabama did come out with a sweep of Florida, which was shocking to, I think, everybody, including Florida. But Auburn in a tough matchup last week with Texas. It was just a gauntlet playing Georgia Tech was it Tuesday, and then turning around and playing Texas in a series that was a battle of, two top 4 teams. So, but that's the way it is in this league every week. But let's talk about football. Spring practice, number 5 in the book. So that the next time they'll be on the field is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And the first scheduled scrimmage is next Thursday. We'll have Alex Golish on Friday afternoon at some point when he's done.
He's got like an hour in between things. If all runs. Does he have
a first pitch or something at the game?
Yes.
That's what he's doing.
Yes, that's what he's doing next Friday. So he's got an hour in between running from one thing to doing the first pitch.
So, well, he will have to get out of there. So
he will.
That's a good thing.
But will he get to us on time so that we get more than one question?
Yeah, and if you don't, there's a chance only 2 questions could be asked in an hour period, because he's going to go into extreme depth, which is great.
I love it.
I mean, he's not I think we're going to get better there next.
No, and I love that about him, because it tells you how invested he is in the program, but also in the media.
I asked him about the leaders on the team, and he kind of went into depth. And I love how he'll stop and he'll look up and he's thinking, how else do I want to talk about this? Like, you can see his wheels.
There are
actually
some
turning,
people where they're like, how did they get here? But he's saying, what else can I do?
Yeah,
what
he's like, maybe that was
say?
too short. And then Taylor's over there going, no, that was a pretty good answer. Like, can we move to the next question? So, yeah, he's tasked with that and keeping everybody on track. But, hey, good spot to talk about there on the defensive side of the ball. You and I talked about that this morning. Just a recap of what that looked like yesterday. And don't read a bunch of things into this, because it's going to change. People are going to move. People are going to go with different groups. But they had a pursuit drill right out of the gate that was one of the most grueling things I've seen.
Yeah. I can only imagine at 3:00 on a hot summer day having to do that. I wouldn't get back up.
Well, that's why they're trying to get them acclimated so they can get back up. But if you're wondering about the defensive side on the starters, at safety it was Antoine Fagans and Eric Winters. And I don't know that – and I said this on Gary's show just a minute ago. I'm not surprised by that. Like, Caleb Harris is going to play. There's no question. Where is he? He came out there with that group 2. That doesn't necessarily mean that is the 2s. He was just in group 2. And it could have been a mix. They don't tell us that. That D-line could have been the 2 D-line with the 1 linebackers and the 2.
We are just literally listening to when they call them on and off the field. So that could mean something totally different to them than it does for us, which is probably what they're doing if I had to guess.
Right. I would agree with that. So who ran out with the 1 group? It was Fagans and Winters, Nate Johnson and Deshaun Womack at end. You also had Darian Smith there at the tackle position. You had X and Elijah Melendez there at linebacker, and then at the corner position, Faith.
You have Rayshawn Pleasant and Blake Woodby.
It's second team.
They were at second. You had Andre Jordan and Gavin Jenkins, who were the ones there, which we talked about this morning, how we have those guys very far spaced out on our list.
Well, I think we're right on one, and could be right. Could be right on both.
Could be. I don't know. It's just all initial thoughts that we were doing our rankings on. So, I mean.
And in fairness to us, and we'll have another one of those coming out, when we're ranking those players, a lot of the things that go into ranking those players is past experience, depth-wise as far as who's in front of them, who's played more. That there's a lot of factors that go into. That's just a couple, but when you look at Gavin Jenkins, he didn't play very much. I mean, he was at South Florida last year, and he didn't get on the field. So why would you assume he's going to come up here? Yeah, I mean, and so you don't know that he's even.
But you look at it too, and these are two guys that have transferred in that didn't that hadn't been with the. I don't want to say the Auburn guys, but you've got Rayshon Pleasant and Blake Woodby who have played together for Auburn last year, and so they kind of get each other and know how they play. So that could also be a comfort thing there.
It could be. So that's defense, and don't read so much into it. I mean, they're 5 practices in. When you get into the second half of spring, you're going to really see things ramp up, and I think you can see maybe some guys settling into some positions to try to get a look. They're evaluating the effort. They're evaluating several things from every player, and then they're going to take that and those last 7 or 8 practices, they're going to try to get as much out of them and get the best look they can going into A-Day to prep for the offseason, to prep for fall camp coming up right after that.
I cannot believe that we're already talking about that.
Well, it's just a whirlwind. And so I wouldn't read too much into that, just like I wouldn't read too much into that Joe Simmons and Ty Buster were at the tackle positions yesterday. I think both are turning heads. I think Ty Buster being here last year and also Stanton Ramil and some other guys having some injury issues that they're coming off of gives him an opportunity. Ty Buster may be the right tackle come fall. I don't know that. Nobody knows that right now. There's 18 guys in that room. And I really think that Alex Golish feels like all 18 could play. And I don't think he would have selected those guys if he didn't think that. Now, there are other positions that are pretty cemented, I feel like, than others, like Cole Best at center. I mean, he's the leader in that group.
Yeah. So it is really just learning about who's more confident where too.
Right.
I think that's part of learning a lot of these guys because of new coaching staff and everything is that you're learning the confidence and also just how versatile these players are.
Right.
You see injuries all the time where you've got to go from different positions on the line. And so I think you're learning and seeing that too.
And that's on me, Kane. We were way past the break. We just got going here on this, and we're way past the break. So we're going to stop for a second for TV, take a break. We're live on location here at Southern Prep Academy. We're so glad to be here. Our program brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, and we'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this. Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, we care about the air you breathe. Call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, we care about the air you breathe. Call Sensi Green.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top-quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in Central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
Join the 43rd Alabama State Games, June 12th through 14th, 2026. Compete in Olympic-style events and support Alabama youth sports. Discover the power of sports. Registration opens March 1st at alagames.com.
Back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, halfway through our show. Our show brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. Man, we can't say enough great things about Glenda Mitchell and her staff and her firm. And again, if you need a fighter, that's who you need to call. And if you are in a car accident or somebody's in a car accident in your family, you need to be on the phone to her, and she's going to make sure you get taken care of.
Absolutely. And it's halfway through our program,
Yes.
which means it's time for Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Best place for you to go in either Pepper Tree Montgomery or Auburn for all of your wine or meat, pork, chicken, steaks, ground beef, whatever it is. They've got twice baked potatoes, their casseroles, all their desserts, pies, everything. I can't get enough of Pepper Tree personally.
I'm so hungry right now
I know.
after you just said all that. But anyway, go check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Hey, and how about Sense of Green and J.A. Smith Construction?
Sense of Green for air that's cool and clean. Call them Sense of Green.
They are the best in the business. And then J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big or too small. So check out J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. All right. Continuing the spring football practice theme. We'll have some more info coming out of practice tomorrow, hopefully, and we'll kind of see how things go there. And then
we could go to those.
Yeah, it would be nice. And look, we're limited. I mean, we don't know moving forward. So far, the windows are very small for us to see anything. But what we are able to see and the information we are able to get out of practice, we're going to send your way through our Instagram, through our Facebook, obviously through YouTube on our podcast and right here on this show. So we're going to give you every single thing and anything that we have. We'll cut short videos every once in a while when we leave practice. And we'll have player interviews every week, just like we had this week. We unfortunately had to miss out on a few of them yesterday, but I think we still won because we got to go to Lake Martin Pizza.
We did.
So, and enjoy.
And we got to go meet up with Glenda.
And we had a meeting with Glenda Mitchell. So, yeah, I mean, we were all good. On the offensive side of the ball, I was asked about running backs on Gary's show. It's Jeremiah Cobb. And look, I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but just some of the things that we've heard, and everybody's different. Like everybody's not cut out of the same mold. That's a good thing. Good Lord made all of us different. Some of us like to talk more than others. Some are like to steer away from that. And Jeremiah Cobb just doesn't like to meet with people. I mean, he's not from he's a butthole, but he's just.
He just likes to play football.
He likes to play football.
He doesn't like the glitz and the glamour that comes with it
Yeah.
when you're as good as he is. And, you know, obviously everybody wants to go and talk to him. He just wants to go to class after. That's literally it. Like, he leaves so he can go to class. And I don't think I know any 20-year-old boy in college that would say, oh, I need to miss this so I can go to class. I don't know a single one.
Everybody else is doing the opposite of that. They're like, yeah, I'll meet with you. How long you want me to be here?
I can be here as long as Coach Golish does his interviews for.
Exactly right. So I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way. He's just obviously his play on the field speaks for itself. It's a huge return for him to come back to Auburn. He's obviously the one there. Omar Mapson looked like he was the guy behind him. And this was watching some of the drills too yesterday. Tay Meadows right there behind him. Then Bryson Washington, I believe, was either for Alvin, and I can't remember. So now Bryson Washington blocked out everybody. He was so big, he could not. But seriously, that's a big dude, man. So I think you can't read a lot into that either. But
I think you still haven't even found time to see how they complement each other and how they would be able to play in the backfield if you had two guys back there at some point.
And then Davenport as well, mixed into that. And again, granted, we stayed on the defensive side most of the time. This was literally, hey, can we stop as they're telling us to leave? And I'm trying to process what I'm looking at.
And it wasn't even really doing any run through of much of anything. I mean, when I was there on the first one on Tuesday, the day before, or the week
last
before,
week,
literally the only time that we had there was seeing them run under the bars. And
like, you had texted me and you're like, well, I'm on the way back to, so I went,
that's
y'all
it.
are done? You're out of there?
No,
it was
literally
freezing cold that day.
It was, but they were running under, those bars that they do. And then all they do is so that they can get low. That was all. And it was just them rotating through like that. Nice. And I was like, so am I going to count 1, 2, 3? Is this how we're doing, like first string, second string, third string?
Yeah.
No, obviously not, because
everybody just get in line and run the drill.
Yes,
just get in line and run the drill. But all right, so we're up against another break to try to catch up. Again, we'll talk some more about that. The receivers, I had to get binoculars out to see them. They were so far on the other side. And we weren't allowed to walk down the sidelines this time. So we were very, very limited in where we could go. All right, up against another break. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz coming up right after this. Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin,
comfort for life.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
Big wins all year long. Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air once again is giving away concert tickets, race tickets, highly coveted prizes, and more. Want in? Follow Dixie on Facebook to see how to play along.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. A couple segments left on the show today. We want to highlight Southern Prep Academy. We are here at Southern Prep Academy in Tallapoosa County in Camp Hill, Alabama, a completely rebranded private school that has the military element part to it, but it is a private school for both boys and girls. You don't have to live on campus. You can come and go. They have great tuition rates here. They actually have an open house tomorrow, Faith.
Yeah, they have an open house tomorrow at 10 on campus. And then they also have what I think is really cool, a mini mester for 9th or 12th graders offering honors courses and ACT prep.
Huge. Again, trying to get ahead of the game. And, we don't want people to wish their lives away, but the faster you can get through college, the faster you can get out there and start making money. And so that's the end goal.
And they also have virtual information sessions on April 7th at 6 p.m. And there's more details on Facebook for the Zoom link and everything at Southern Prep.
Yeah, and it's southernprepacademy.org, right? Mm-hmm. So southernprepacademy.org to check them out. We're so glad to be here today. We're in the gym with a brand new floor that they just put down. They're not even really started on the renovations. They got big plans in here as well. So all of their athletic programs, their football program, their baseball program, they're working to to make them very competitive. So, again, a lot of big things going on here at Southern Prep. We're glad to be part of that. All right.
There was a signing here this morning for
basketball.
Yeah, for one of the basketball players. So
somebody signing to move on to play college basketball from here at Southern Prep. So right here at this table with the tablecloth. So
I'm gonna get the hat. Which one am I gonna choose?
Yeah. So no, that went well. That was at 10 o'clock this morning. All right. Tonight, Jake Marciano, who is 3-0, has a 1 ERA. Just did a phenomenal job against Texas. And, you know, this whole pitching staff, they just don't give up a lot of runs. And you look at Texas, I mean, they had to scrap out what they got. They won a 1-run game. Auburn won a 1-run game. And then you lose 5-0 in that rubber match game on Sunday. But you had multiple opportunities. You had a lot of guys left on base, but it came down to elite pitching for both teams. It was really one play here or there could have swung that series in Auburn's favor. And that's how close both of those programs are. I think both are definitely teams that will host a regional and then have the opportunity to host a super regional, Faith, as we move along throughout the season, barring nobody gets really devastated with injuries.
Well, Alabama's coming off of their sweep against Florida.
Right.
And so this is going to be a team that is confident in their game and everything. And it was a home game a home series for them last weekend. And then Auburn obviously is traveling there. So it's another home series for them. I think the location really does matter. We saw how much it mattered last weekend against Texas for Auburn, that first game. And then also, I mean, honestly, throughout the whole series, everybody showed up and it helped Auburn get back in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see them go on the road.
Yeah, look at this stat here. Auburn's starting pitchers have posted a 13-3 record this year, a 2.08 ERA with 176 strikeouts to just 29 walks. And the starters have turned in at least 5 innings in 19 of the last 24 games. So the longevity, starters being able to get to that 5th inning or even that 6th inning before you have to dive into the bullpen, just tells you about this staff.
Yeah, it does. I think the only time we really saw was last Saturday when, was it Sanders who was the starting pitcher on Saturday?
Yeah, Jackson Sanders.
Yeah, and, you know, he got high up there in his pitch count kind of early on because Texas was just –
well, they battle.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to get guys out and they foul. You know, the game was real close, but, you know, he was up in the mid to high 40 pitch count after a couple innings.
Yeah, he was up in like the 60s at one point, and that's when we thought there was going to be a pitching change, but they didn't do it until later for him.
So, you know, it really starts and stops with this pitching staff and what they're able to do. So, as you just mentioned, Jackson Sanders slated to go on Saturday. That game, I think, is at 7 o'clock. And then the Sunday afternoon game will be Alex Petrovic, again, who didn't pitch terrible against Texas, but just didn't get any offensive help and to go along with it. So Alabama will run Tyler Fay out there, a 4-2 record, 4.06 ERA, but had a no-hitter his last time out. So just a tremendous effort for him. So you got 2 really good pitchers going at one another. So runs will be at a premium again tonight. So you got to get the bats going, and we'll see. But the first game here tonight, in Tuscaloosa, game time will be at 6 o'clock. Yep, 7 on Saturday and then 1 o'clock on Sunday. All right, we're up against the final break here on the show. We're live on location at Southern Preparatory Academy in Camp Hill, Alabama, in Tallapoosa County. So you're looking for a great private school for your kids. Here's one. You don't need to look any further. And as you've heard Faith read out all the great things they have going on, they have an open house here tomorrow. They'd love to see you come out and check their school out. All right, we'll take a break. Stay tuned. One final segment right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, We provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sense Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense Green.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The office is on both Bent Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Back everyone to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the show. We're live at Southern Prep Academy in Camp Hill, Alabama, established in 1898. So,
Believe it.
yes, school has been around a long time. So come out and check out Southern Prep. They've been completely rebranded, which is phenomenal. A private school for both girls and boys, and all ages, and you don't have to live on campus, but they do have housing. If you do want to live on campus, they got all types of options for you, but very strong academics here. Do have the military element if you want to go the military academy route. They didn't do away with that completely, but they're not just a military academy any longer.
Yes, and they have an open house tomorrow at 10 a.m. on campus. So if anybody is interested, make sure you come and check that out. They've also got a virtual one in April, so that is also an option.
That, again, beautiful day to come out for an open house tomorrow, so check that out. Small Time said the golf team's ranked number 1 in the country. Hope they can get another title. Yeah, we love Coach Kleiner. It's about time to get him back on. So
yeah, it's been too long.
Maybe next time. You know, it's easy to pull people in when we go to Pepper Tree or Bunkers or some of these places that are great. Yeah, you're like, hey, we're going to be on location here. Like, yeah, I'll see you. I'll be
what
there.
Time? Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll get in touch with Coach Kleiner and see if we can get him back on to talk about, you know, the number 1 ranked golf team in the country. Auburn basketball back on the floor in the NIT semifinal against Illinois State on April the 2nd. That'll be Thursday coming up at 8:30. They did put the times back out. You know, they took them away and then they put them back out. So, yeah, 8:30. It was 8. Now it's 8:30. So, because, good Lord. So, when they put it back out, they bumped it back 30 more minutes. So
we thought we were maybe going to get lucky because they took the times off. And nope, no.
Instead, they made it worse.
She said, all right, back a little bit more.
Yeah, so 6 o'clock tip for New Mexico Tulsa. And then those games will be played in Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Yes.
And then the championship game will be played at Cambridge Fieldhouse. So, but going back to the NCAA tournament, last night's results, crazy. Houston out, got knocked off in that game. And, man, Arkansas had a good run, had a good team, but, man, good
Arizona
God.
just laid belt.
They may be laying belt to everybody, I'm afraid.
They are a wicked team this year. Like, it is
109 points. I mean, Arkansas put up 88, but then just gets – I mean, you get beat by 21 points. You scored 88.
I just can't get over Illinois beating Houston 65-55, and that Houston team can hoop too. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Well, Illinois had been highly ranked a lot this year, and you know the Big Ten getting it done. Iowa, Purdue, Illinois all last night. Iowa knocking off Nebraska 77-71, and that's twice they've knocked off Nebraska this year. And, you know, Nebraska was on kind of a heater, and, you know, Iowa really struggled in conference play, and they've gotten on a roll, and first-year head coach for them working out as they head into the Elite Eight. So tonight's matchups are St. John's, Duke, Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, UConn, and Tennessee, Iowa State. That one will tip at 9:10 tonight, Tennessee and Iowa State.
That is going to be – that's a late game.
Yes, we should be used to it.
I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's Friday night.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know if I'll be able to stay up for that. But
yeah. So the SEC obviously being represented by Alabama and Tennessee tonight. Tall task for Alabama. They're 8.5-point underdogs to this good Michigan team. Duke, who I guess they found themselves a little bit, but that first-round game was scary for them against Siena.
Yeah.
They've got St. John's, John Calipari. You know, this is a team Auburn beat earlier in the year that's really playing good basketball. So that one will be interesting. Michigan State, UConn at 8:45, and then, like we said, that Tennessee-Iowa State game to move on to see who the other 4 teams are that make it to the Elite Eight.
I'm definitely going to be watching the Alabama-Michigan game tonight. I want to see who's playing.
Yeah, see if there's a certain player, you know, and yeah, exactly. Bama Willie. Yeah. I don't know if anybody should be really proud of that. I know I wouldn't be if I were an Auburn player. I'll just say that, and anybody can say, oh, well, it's easy to say that. No, seriously, if I was an Auburn player and done what he's done, I'd be like, no, that's really not what I don't care about winning at that cost. At some point in time, you gotta be able to step up and go, hey, there's got to be some punishment for certain things in this world.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was,
so we don't know.
That was more than a mistake.
That was intentional.
Yeah, that was
to use Alex Gillis's word.
That was actively a choice that he decided to make every day.
Right. Well, that's fine if Luke wants to be, and I'm not going to speak for him, but whatever. But I'm just telling you what I wouldn't do. So, and I wouldn't be proud.
Back you on that.
I think you feel the same way. So.
Absolutely.
100%. All right, that's going to wrap us up here for TV. We've enjoyed our time here at Southern Prep Academy. Open house tomorrow. Check it out if you get a chance. Check them out, southernprepacademy.org online. We'll be back again soon to talk about more great things going on here. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we have enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next time.